Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. So, this is a topic which is supposedly a sensitive topic, and I have been quiet for a while. A few years ago, I was pretty active on this one, but so let's talk about it. Let's talk about what is currently going on in Israel. Of course, as half German, one should not talk about this because then you would be anti-Semitic, etc. Which obviously I cannot be anti-Semitic because I'm an Arab, and an Arab is also part of the Semitic tribe. So therefore, I can't be anti-Semitic. And this is not a question about Jews or Muslims or Christians or whichever religion. But the point really is that it is beyond me to understand how people who are the offsprings of people who went through all kind of discrimination and racism over centuries across the world, but specifically Europe, really, but not only, of course, also in Asia, also in Africa, and especially those who went through the whole Holocaust tragedy. How can these offsprings now do to others what their forefathers had to go through? And there's still victims alive today who bear the marks and the horrors and the nightmares. How can it be okay to evict people who own the land and the houses, specifically now in West Jerusalem, and nobody says anything about it? Nobody says this must stop. Even I don't understand the Israeli government. Of course, there is a certain kind of role, political reason behind this, but evicting people from their houses for no reason, so that settlers can move in West Jerusalem, is totally unacceptable. And I don't care if you call me now anti-Semitic or against you, because I'm not. I'm not. You cannot do this and say it is okay. Now, others will say now, well, but the Palestinians themselves, and look at the terrorist organizations. No, 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 no. Nothing like that. This is specifically evicting people who lived their whole life in these houses, who owned them for decades, and often before the state of Israel ever existed, and evicting these people. How can that be okay? How can the international community accept a state into their ranks who allows this to happen? I mean, it's clear what is being tried, or which is what they're trying to do, right? They want to eliminate non-Jewish people from the different regions within West Jerusalem, so that later on they can build their own old temple. I understand the reasoning behind it in general, obviously totally unacceptable, but that the international community does not take clear actions, not a nice conversation that, hey guys, keep the peace, don't fight, etc. No, 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 no. We are accepting Israel into the European world because supposedly they're not accepted in the Asian world because Israel is part of Asia. in all kinds of cultural, football events, etc. But then we allow them not to follow normal, basic rules for humanity, which they have lived through in pain, and they had enough tragedies, and now they do the same thing for decades, as a matter of fact. But now, lately, as we've seen, again and again, what are you doing? What are the European politicians doing? And what are you, the common people, doing? Speaking up does not mean that you are anti-Semitic. There is right and there is wrong. And this is wrong. Now it's up to you to decide to delete me on your Instagram accounts or on your Facebook accounts or on WhatsApp. But this is where I stand. It is unacceptable. And anybody who thinks it's okay, you should please leave my circle of social media. Thank you very much. Have a good day.